Hey there, picture this. A guy wakes up at his workplace, trapped in a cocoon. The office is draped in webs, his colleagues are unconscious, and giant insects are prowling outside. The movie kicks off showing an office smothered in cobwebs. Then, we flash back. Not long before, Cooper's rushing to work. But as soon as he steps into the building, he's told the boss wants to see him. Thanks to constant complaints about his performance, he's about to get fired until a deafening screech interrupts everything. Cooper comes to, wrapped in webbing. After stumbling a few steps, a massive bug attacks him, but he manages to fight it off. Wandering through the office, he spots his boss, Marge, and quickly frees her. She's just as clueless about what's happening. Outside, they see more people cocooned in webs. Spotting the boss's daughter, Sarah, Cooper tears through the webbing to free her, but Marge gets dragged off by insects. In their frantic escape, the duo knocks over a metal tank, and the noise draws more bugs. Sarah realizes the bugs are drawn to sound, so she triggers a car alarm, luring the insects to it. Hiding in a cafe, one of the cocooned people wakes up and grabs Sarah, but a charging bug distracts them, forcing Hugo to take it down. Catching their breath, they free everyone else in the cafe. Their group grows with Cindy, Albert, Richie, Roger, Paige, and a cop. Everyone's tossing around ideas for survival. Roger suggests hijacking a truck to flee the city, but Sarah warns that the noise will attract bugs. Roger doesn't care and, with Paige, starts the truck. Within a minute, a bug attacks. Paige doesn't make it, and Roger's carried off by the creature. Desperate to save others, the cop opens fire, but the bug's too tough, taking him out and stinging Albert in the back. The survivors hide in a nearby building and climb to the roof. From there, they spot a column of red smoke and swarms of bugs flying in another direction. Cooper brainstorms their next move, suggesting they head to his dad's place, where there's a bunker stocked with supplies. But their planning is cut short by approaching bugs. Richie tests a theory, stepping into the middle of the roof and waving his arms, but the bugs fly past. That's when they realize the bugs are blind and only track sound. Using a cassette tape, they lure a bug into a trap and lock it up. Richie suggests extracting its venom, which they manage easily. While Richie studies the sample, the group tries to piece together what happened during the blackout. Turns out, everyone heard that same screech. A few minutes later, Richie returns with news. The venom acts like a sedative and contains red particles, just like the smoke outside the city. Deep in the night, Cindy finds Cooper with an idea. She works in TV and suggests heading to her station to contact other survivors, but they'd have to go alone, which doesn't spark Cooper's interest. A new day dawns and the trapped bug starts shrieking, so the group takes it out. Knowing more bugs will come, they gather their things, but Richie stays behind. His plan is to free other scientists and work on a rescue strategy. Later, they reach Albert's house and grab a shotgun. Next, they head to Cindy's place. Suddenly, her brother emerges from the house, mutated into a spider-like creature holding a human. Cindy tries to reason with him, but he's beyond saving, and Hugo takes him out. Since it's late, they decide to spend the night there. Cooper jokingly says he's always dreamed of something like this happening on Earth, so he could repopulate the world with a girl like Sarah. Meanwhile, Albert's feeling worse but keeps it quiet. He only asks Sarah to look after his son. A new day begins and the group gets closer to the red smoke. Sarah guesses it's coming from the bugs, likely their nest. Since her mom was taken there, she's determined to go. Cooper tries to explain there's little chance of saving her, but Sarah won't budge. At a bridge, they spot bugs and freeze, staying silent. But when Cindy sees Cooper holding Sarah's hand, she snaps and screams at the top of her lungs. The bugs notice. The group tries to calm her, but it's no use. Albert fires a shot, convinced it's their only shot at survival. Suddenly, the bugs charge. Albert takes one down, but another attacks from behind. He drops the shotgun, but Cooper grabs it and saves him. Another bug, drawn by the gunfire, knocks Cooper down. Sarah rushes to help, armed only with her sneakers, but the bug snatches her and carries her off. Later, the remaining trio reaches Cooper's dad, who's still alive and searching for his dog. That evening, Albert's condition worsens, and he turns into a spider-like monster, attacking Cooper. Hugo realizes this isn't his father anymore and fires a few shots. More bugs arrive, drawn by the noise, but they deal with them quickly. Covered in bug guts, they rush to another room where a spider-like dog lurks. Still, they make it to the bunker, and Cooper's dad shuts off the light. The story flashes back to the beginning, where Cooper, hurrying to work, nearly gets into a car accident. Sarah was driving, and he gave her his number in case he caused any damage. That's why she seemed familiar to him. Back in the present, it's a new day, and the trio sits down for breakfast. Cooper's dad says the radio's silent, likely no government left. Their lives are in their own hands now. He hands out military gear and maps out a path to a safe zone, but Cooper's not interested. All he wants is to save Sarah. As he steps outside, an armed man stops him and locks him in a cage. One of the captives explains the police think everyone's infected. He was part of a bug extermination team, but it failed. Meanwhile, Sarah wakes up in the bug's hive. Cooper shares a way to check for infection. Just look at someone's back. Turns out, his dad was bitten. At the same time, an old man in the cage turns into a spider. The police open fire, killing it, but they run out of strength to deal with Cooper's dad. Before leaving, they grab all the weapons, including explosives. On the way to the hive, Ethan reveals he was bitten while trying to save a neighbor's dog. He's getting worse and knows he's running out of time. He chains Cooper to a tree and heads to the hive alone, but Hugo frees Cooper and they follow Ethan. All this time, Sarah's been wandering the hive. When she hears someone nearby, she strikes, only to find it's Ethan. She says she saw the queen, but when they reach the spot, the queen's gone. Looking up, Ethan spots the queen charging. The gunfire draws Hugo and Cooper, and together, they defeat the queen. But Ethan doesn't make it. The movie ends with the surviving trio celebrating their victory, freeing every person they find. But Hugo notices something ahead, and what it is remains a mystery. And that's it, folks. We've reached the end. This movie is a wild mix of high-octane action, dark humor, and creepy giant bugs. I absolutely loved it. Why? First, it doesn't pretend to be more than it is. Pure, glorious B-movie trash. The bug battles are shot with energy, and the jokes, even if not always subtle, make you grin. Second, the characters aren't just cardboard cutouts. They've got personality, and you root for them, especially Cooper, an ordinary guy standing up to a swarm of bugs. And the ending. It leaves you with a mix of hope and adrenaline. If you're into light, action-packed horror with a dash of absurdity, Infestation is your pick. I'm giving it a big thumbs up and totally recommend checking it out. What do you think? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Thanks for watching, and catch you next time.